In this lesson, we'll review a reading question from the long dual passage. You will always see one of these on the test, and there are a lot of questions, two long dual passages, and we're going to answer 923 question 16. The passages appear on page 921 and 922, so hopefully you've read these. So when you approach the long dual passage, the subject is really the same, but passage 1 and 2 will have distinct points of view. I'm not saying they'll be opposites, definitely different. So the subject here is about Napster, that service that was started in 2000 that let users download songs on the internet for free. And it was really a big deal because a lot of artists were claiming that they were getting deprived of royalties, and that's really the theme of passage 1. But passage 2, where this reference is in the question, we want the tone of the author, and 2 on these line numbers, he is stating that actually the authors or the writers are compensated quite well because it kind of promotes popularity. So let's gauge the tone, and hopefully you've read these too, but we're just going to answer this one question. The tone in lines 59 to 60 is best described, and vocab is going to play a role as well. So I've reproduced the passage, and I'm looking now I'm a little bit above it just for some context. So I'm on line 57. The Grateful Dead, for whom I once wrote songs, learned by accident that if we let fans tape concerts and freely reproduce these tapes, stealing, in quotes, our intellectual property, in quotes, just like those heinous Napsterians. And then it just goes on a little bit beyond that. The tapes would become a marketing virus that would span enough deadheads to fill any stadium in America. So this goes back to the theme of author passage 2. It really helps promote interest, even though they're stealing. And he uses quotes here to sort of question the meaning of the term. He's sort of being like facetious here. Stealing and property, just like those heinous Napsterians. And vocab plays a role. Heinous is just a reprehensible or atrocious. Let's get his tone. We're just going to look at the answer choices now. Should be able to predict this. He's not being literal here. He's being sort of sarcastic. So let's take a look in A. A, we have the word ebullient. And this is a great word. I've always liked the way it sounded, ebullient. And ebullient just means very cheerful or full of energy, joyful. He's not being that. That's extreme, so that's out. All right, let's take a look at B, somber. Now, somber is just very serious or solemn, and again, he is not being somber, so that's out. I'm just going to write the rest of them. Then we have quizzical, and quizzical is pretty much what it sounds like. Quizzical is sort of puzzling, and that's not the choice. And now we're down to 2 more. We've got irate and satirical. So we know somber, he's not serious or solemn, he's not puzzled. Irate is really extreme. I would avoid picking this hardly in any situation because it's so extreme. It just means absolutely furious or incensed, and that's certainly not the choice here. The answer is satirical, which is sort of a form, it's obviously satire or irony. So I'm going to give you the words you see on the test a lot to indicate irony. When he says those heinous Napsterians, he's being facetious or ironic. He doesn't think that they're evil and reprehensible, right? Because he is in favor of this illegal downloading. It's not really illegal according to him as well. So the other words that you see for satire, well, we know the word ironic and we know the word sarcastic, and if we morph those 2 words together, we create a third word, sardonic. And there's one more word that you'll see, it's facetious. And a little trivia about facetious. This is one of 2 words in the whole English language that has all of the vowels in order. A, E, I, O, U. Only 2 words, and if you made it an adverb, you could even get the Y too. Now, if you want to know the first word, you're going to have to send in a question. Little quid pro quo action there. All right, so the answer here is E. See you next time. Thanks for watching.